Hello, hello. Welcome to the Confidence Cure podcast with myself, and I have the lovely Joati Dhallu with me. And hello, thank you for coming. If you can just say who you are, we know very well each other very well from various
Mhm.
different places now. So, hello.
Hello, Louise. I'm so excited to be with you today. Like, I've been looking forward to this for so long. But yeah, I'm Jyoti, for those that don't know me. And yeah, I'm a pharmacist, done the Start Over 3 series or book volume 3, and just a pharmacist and a normal girl doing life.
Amazing, amazing. So you're already a best-selling book author.
Yay, woohoo!
You're an international speaker now as well.
We are from Budapest. Like,
Yeah,
gosh, yeah.
and you've walked your walk in your own journey, haven't you?
hmm
So, what have you learned from doing all of this? So, obviously, I know a little bit about your story anyway. What have you actually learned along the way from walking the walk yourself?
Oh gosh, do you know what? So much, Louise. Like, I think there isn't just like one thing that you can pick, but I think if I was to like literally think of one thing to pick out for you, but that like just have belief in yourself and trust your own judgment and your gut intuition and just have that confidence because no one knows you better than yourself. So you can have all these people around you saying X, Y, and Z, and do you know what, do this, this is the right thing for you. But I think when you truly one, understand yourself and believe in yourself and just have that confidence, you really do become unstoppable. So I think I've learned that through various stages, even through the challenges, but also in the high times as well.
Yeah, so and that's really good. You haven't always thought like that, though, have you? Can you
No.
take me back to the place of what your mindset used to be like?
Yeah. And I think it is hard to go back, but I always used to think that if you didn't look a certain way, if you didn't have the things that other people had and everything, then you could never be successful, or you wouldn't get what people deem normal, like a guy, or be successful in your career because you always had to, especially in corporate world, you had to be from a certain background, for instance, and I'm obviously Indian. You had to be like a size 8, 10 and everything, dress a certain way, not be a happy, bubbly person and things. So you had all of those things not to be successful in like a corporate type of world. But then from like a relationship point of view as well, like I think in cultural societies from the like South Asian Indian community, it's like, oh, you have to be tall, you have to be skinny, you have to be fair. Like marriage is placed like such a massive thing on people. Like you're only successful if you're married to this type of person and you have
Yeah.
this and everything. Like, what about like your career and everything? So I think it was really hard growing up like that because I obviously was like a size 16, 18, majority of my teenage 20s life and everything. I didn't fit those societal norms and things. So like I always struggled with that, but I kind of overcompensated with that. I was like, do you know what? If that isn't going to happen, I'm literally just going to be so successful in my career. And I think you kind of hide like who you are through being a happy, bubbly, positive person. And people are like, oh, well, she's fine. She doesn't think any of those things. And you kind of use your personality and your bubbliness to mask probably what is really going on inside from a confidence point of view as well.
Yeah, amazing. And from the society, and you turned into that person that everyone was trying to make you be, didn't you? You worked so hard, and you turned
Yeah.
into that person that fit that
Oh,
that
yeah.
role, so to say. How did you feel where you worked so hard? Like you did very, very well, but how did you feel inside when you had fit that criteria?
Do you know when I was in it and things, and I was literally, and I was like successful, and I was like happy, like I was never like miserable in that sense. But I was like, do you know, if you're thin and you're skinny and you have all the things, it's gonna make you so happy. You literally can get the perfect guy, you can have the perfect everything. And I did. I went on a massive weight loss journey, like losing 50 kilograms, organically and everything, really fit, disciplined, and maintained that for such a long time. But I think one of the things, because my belief was always like, do you know what? It doesn't matter what you look like externally, because that's always going to change. Do you know what I mean? Like, as girls, whether you start your periods or you go through menopause or you get pregnant and everything, like your weight goes up and down, and it's something that's changeable, it's something that's fixable and everything. And I was like, well, what about the person inside? Like, what about that happiness? What about all the great personality traits and everything that I have? And so I just genuinely believe, because like not my immediate family and friends, but just society and other people that were jealous at the time, that if I was that skinny person, like size 10, and lost the weight, that I would be literally this happiest person, everything was happy. And you know what? When I went through that journey, and I got there, I was like, oh, I still feel the same as I did beforehand and everything. And it doesn't make you feel and give you all of these things and stuff. It's actually the beliefs that I had beforehand that are the most important ones and everything. So whilst I was fit, happy, healthy, all of that, the true beliefs that I believe inside that are my core values and morals, and like what most people believe that it is about who you are and not an external image and everything, it didn't bring the happiness and the fulfillment that I thought that it probably would have done.
Okay, amazing. So you worked really hard for like an
Yeah.
external validate to just to fit in, kind of
Yeah.
say the types of what people had told you you had to be. You got to that then, but
Yeah.
inside you didn't feel
No,
still normal. No.
no. Far,
Okay,
far
so
from it. And like you will know as well from your own journey, like being a size 20 to go into being like a size, I think I got down to like 53 kilograms and stuff. Like I was
mm,
tiny, tiny from 110 kilograms, or might be 57, but I lost 50 kg. Then you're there, like your brain can't keep up with how you look. So you're
yeah,
struggling with like walking through a mirror. You still have that image
yeah.
of you in there and stuff. And I'm like, still
It's
picking
so
up a size 18. And I'm like, oh no, I need a size 10 and everything. So your own identity is like you can't understand it anyways and everything, let alone with the whole, it doesn't bring you when society is telling you you should be this and you get to all of those things and probably way more and everything, it doesn't give you the fulfillment that you actually think that it will actually bring at all. It comes from within and who you are as a
yeah.
person.
So what brought you from that to that? So obviously you got to like your goal, you fit society and all of that, and obviously you still didn't feel right. What did you do there then? Like what happened?
So then I went on like another massive journey. I was like, oh, right, okay. And don't get me wrong, like the whole being a size 10 and things, and a size 8, I was like, oh, I'm excelling in all my other areas of life. Like I literally got a dream job, I got a guy, but it didn't bring me the thing. So I was like, you know what? You have to go back to what you have to believe in the things that you really do and your core values and stuff. So I was like, you know what? Jots, just be yourself, have the belief and confidence in yourself, and just truly be your authentic self and everything. And that's the thing that is going to bring you the fulfillment, whether people agree with it, whether people like it or anything like that. I think I got to the point of like a journey because you struggle with your weight as well. Like I was so scared to eat. I was like, oh my God, I never want to go back and put on any single pound. So it was probably a bit too regimented. Once I started to accept who I was there and then start building some of those things. And I was like, I'm just going to be me. If I want to do this today, I'm going to go and do this. I took myself on dates, even if there was in a relationship and stuff. I spent so much time with myself and being happy and comfortable in my own skin that it didn't really matter if I put on a kilogram or half a stone or anything like that. And it was just my authentic self. And like, I was actually bubbly for the right reasons now. It wasn't masking anything. I was like, this is who I am and everything. So yeah, I think that was the journey that I went on to give me the true confidence and belief and happiness that you do. So even when COVID hit and you went on another journey and stuff and struggled with other things, you like who you are internally and it excels from the outside.
Exactly this. I literally love that so, so much. So from the self belief then, so obviously what steps did you take to build that self belief? Because you didn't have that self belief before. So
No.
like what things did you put in place? Was it like obviously still going to the gym? What things did you what helped you love yourself for who you are basically?
I had a really good routine. And like I know people say, and I think that's one of the things I struggled with when I got out of a routine. But other than a routine and gym and eating well, all the things that probably people can do really well, I think different things that I did, I trusted my gut instinct more than anything rather than what anyone else said. But I had gratitude. And I think people play down gratitude or like manifestations or prayer and stuff. So I would every single day like write the three things that I was grateful for at the end of wake up in the morning. These are the things I'd obviously pray, but not like go to a temple or anything, just like be I'm really grateful for X, Y, and Z today. And it could be the littlest things like I made a stranger smile on my train journey. I gave them my
Oh,
train ticket so they could get home, or you know what, I donated this today. Not even like massive big things that people because people think you have to be when you practice gratitude that it has to be this and this, but it's just the small things that make such a difference. So I think doing that, and I don't know if you've ever read the book The Secret ever. the whole universe one, the law of attraction. And I think I naturally did that without knowing that. So when I
No.
finished my journey, my therapist person was like, or clinician, was like, here, you're this. And I'm like, what is this book? And as I was reading it, I was like, I just did it naturally because it was who I
Yeah,
was with my beliefs. So gratitude, just being myself in every area and just being like, oh, okay, that's what I believe in, and that's what I'm going to say, and having the confidence not to be shy or anything. And I'm like, if someone doesn't like what I say, I'm not going to care what they think. But not from a rude
exactly.
aspect or anything, just like have the confidence to say what you say because your opinion matters and people will value it. And yeah, but I think gratitude played a massive, massive role. And I think, and journaling as well, and just taking the pictures, doing the things like living in the moment. And I think I did all of these things in a time where social media wasn't what it is right now and stuff. And
Yeah,
I was too, and I don't regret not sharing my journey and everything, but I documented, I journaled, I lived in the moment and stuff. I didn't worry about what was going to happen tomorrow or what the past was. I was like really present with who I was. So I think those things would have helped massively.
massively. Being present, gratitude, all of these things make a huge, huge
Yeah.
difference. Having gratitude, so like even with my clients and stuff, if you have a really bad day, there will always be something on the other side to be thankful for, whether it's a really bad situation, what there's something to be grateful for. Like if you haven't got a car, I'm lucky I've got legs, I can walk. Like if
Yeah.
you don't want to go to the gym, like I didn't want to go to the gym this morning, I'm so thankful that I can actually go to the gym. There's so many people can't. Like when
Yeah.
as soon as you flip it, you see everything in a much more lighter place.
Completely. And I think another thing that like helped me is like rather than being in that whole why is this happening to me and everything, I was always like, what is this trying to teach me? Always,
Definitely.
always. And I'm quite a happy, positive, optimistic person. I'll always be that
You
person.
are.
Yeah, always
You
100%. And things from blue sky thinking, but in a way that's realistic as well. Like I'm not so airy fairy and everything. But I think when I flip the switch, like you, like rather than like I have to, I get to. Like those were
yeah.
the massive things that made such a difference. Like, and that's what I mean about being grateful. Flipping the switch, changing it, as you said, made a
Always.
massive difference.
Yeah. We've always said that we can very, very similar. So as you're saying it, I'm just like, yep.
Yeah. We
Totally
do.
relate.
And it's not
Totally.
massive things, is it? It's just your mindset. And I think that's the biggest thing as well. My mindset is always, always good. Even if it's a challenging day and like, you know what, life isn't always perfect. Like we do have challenging things. Things happen. No matter how perfect your life looks on the outside to people, you have struggles every single day. But I think if you approach each day with a mindset that has a positive attitude, even if there are struggles, and I literally used to live and take, like we were talking about it, every hour as it comes, and not
Mhm.
if you've had a chocolate bar or been on a binge or whatever, it's like you haven't derailed everything. It's going to be okay and stuff, and just reining yourself back in for it.
Yeah. Like how deep is it really? Like is it at
Yeah.
the end of the world? Does that have you just eaten the rest of the oxygen for the whole of the world? Is the world gonna die now because you've had an extra chocolate bar? Like is it really that deep, or do you just get to reset and go to the gym tomorrow and just
Yeah.
make yourself feel a bit better? Like the reality of what's actually going on in our head compared to
Yeah.
what's actually happening is what kills people a lot faster than what's actually happening. It's just what's going on in their head.
Yeah. And perspective as well, I guess, is
Mm-hmm.
probably a massive thing. Like I always think that, do you know what? I'm forever grateful for the opportunities, the situations that I'm in because there's always somebody worse off, or there's somebody that's going through something worse than me. Like you just have to be
Yeah,
grateful for the privileges that you have. And like I think I focus solely on health and happiness. And as long as I've got that, everything else can come and go. Like wealth can come and go, all of those things. But like I try and think health is wealth and
never
happiness
comes and
is,
goes.
yeah,
Yeah, the
completely.
house never comes and goes. Health,
No,
you've either got it or you haven't.
yeah,
And do you see what I mean? Then when you talk about perspective, I think that's a really good topic because everybody's perspective is different depending on what their beliefs are, the way they've
yeah,
been brought up, their values and everything. So a lot of people are actually scared and like fearful about what other people think. Well, if you do this, so and so is going to say that, but they're actually acting from their own perspective, their habits, their the way they say it. So people that holds a lot of people back of what the thought
yeah.
of what other people think. But that's
And
probably what
when you learn that actually, do you know, it's how you are says a lot about you, and what people have been through is maybe their childhood beliefs, traditions, their traumas, what they think about themselves, and not to take anything personally. Do you know, I always just like, oh gosh, it's about me and stuff, and breakdowns, whatever it might be and stuff, or work things or anything in life. And I was like, actually, do you know what? It's not about me and things, it's about them. Even if you react in a situation and things, it's that like how you react to something says a lot about you rather than them. So once you flip that switch and be like, actually, it's probably not about you. They probably got things that they haven't worked through
Yeah,
or done a healing journey or are working through right now, or their
yeah,
traumas, and that's about them. And I think once you learn that, again, with flipping the switch on the things that we've said, it makes a massive difference to have that belief
definitely.
and confidence.
Definitely. And flipping the switch again, but back to us, like if something where if somebody said something or something's annoyed me or upset me, I don't flip the switch of like what they've done. I'm like, okay, why is that annoying me? Why am I feeling like
Yes.
this? And then I use that. They've done that. And I literally say, like, if a guy's upset me, like, or something like that, I'll be like, thank you. What can I learn? What am I
Yeah.
missing? What have I not healed from? Like, and I'll go away and I'll work on myself. So it's not the fact, oh, they haven't done this, they haven't done that. I'll literally look at it from, okay, yeah, thanks for that. Like, what can I do now to make myself better?
Well, you're probably a similar person to me in that, like, if you will, like, you know, when people say work on yourself and everything, it's not like literally going to therapy, doing the journaling, doing all like they're part of it and stuff, but you'll take something someone says, like, reflect, think about it. What can I do? What can I change and stuff? Just as
Yeah,
natural as an everyday thing and stuff. And I think we're both people that work on ourselves and stuff
all the
continuously
time.
every single day, no matter
Yeah.
what. And we're not like, no one's perfect, are they? So.
No, but it's always learning. Like absolutely, if something's happening around me, I'll be like, okay, why is this happening? What can I learn? Every single thing that's
Yeah.
happening, I'm like, it's because this is like, and you never know at the time, and then
Yeah.
afterwards you're like, oh, and I'm thankful for it. But for
Yeah.
now, when things are happening, I sound really bad, but I'm not loving it, but I'm just like, okay, here we go. Well, I know I'm going to come out the other side really happy. So
Yeah, you really will and things. And like I think having an open mind, like we're both open-minded people as well. And
yeah,
like
definitely.
it's there. And I'm like, and I try and think it doesn't matter what, but I like to be teachable. Like no matter how much of an expert
Yeah,
I might be in a certain field or this, I'm like, actually, but that say if we're talking pharmacy, I'm like, my patient is the expert in them, the expert in their health and everything. How can I learn and teach from them, like learn from
I
them?
love
If
that.
it's a student, if it's all the great people that we've met through the book series and everything. I just be open-minded and teachable. And I think I know we're quite chatty here and stuff, and we're chatty people, but I like to listen. And I think that
I
once
love
I
that.
learn about people and understand them, and I'm like, I'm always interested in them. So
Yeah, I
all of
love
those
that.
things help.
Yeah, I think when people say that they know absolutely everything, it just shows their unawareness because
Yeah.
we're always growing, we're always developing. Like we're both still studying, and but both got
Yeah.
very good careers. We've both gone, but I know there's so much more that
Yeah.
you can learn. And I think if everybody knows and takes everything as an opportunity and be like, actually, I can just get better and better, and that gives them the confidence. Look at what I've already done, and I know that the confidence knowing that of where you're going to is also good as well.
Do you find that like with confidence, like people think it's this massive big thing, but it's actually
Mm,
little bits that you do daily and stuff, and like
yeah.
building blocks that have that, and that you can be confident in. And like I get nervous, like I'm not gonna lie and stuff. That doesn't mean
Both
when
get
I use,
nervous.
yeah,
Remember, for instance, when I'll get nervous doing a speech, doing my first thing, like I always think you're nervous now because you haven't done it before, but I'm confident, and I'll flip it again. I'm confident that I wasn't very good at some of the things, but I'm confident that I'm going to do it my first time, whether it's good or not, and I know I'm going to get better. So I will go in with some element of confidence, whether
yeah,
I'm feeling the nerves, and then I'll let them nerves kind of not take over. I'll just know they're there,
yeah,
just be aware of them, and then I'll be like, right, okay, I know that this is just it. This is meant to be there because it's something new. Like if
yeah.
it wasn't new, and if you're not getting that feeling of nervousness, you're not growing. It's as simple as
Oh,
that. Like
completely.
you are just staying still.
But people confuse confidence and perfectionism, and no one's perfect. You know what I mean? And like
Yeah,
things are new. And I think when, like, I'm quite good at being vulnerable in the fact that, like,
Hmm.
oh, this does scare me a little bit, or I do feel a bit nervous about this, but you know what? I'm going to go and try it anyway. Like, what's the worst that can happen? That it's not great or it isn't that, but I will learn from it. I will get better and everything. And feel the fear and do it anyways. Like, don't let anyone hold you back and stuff. And I think when I wasn't confident beforehand, or as confident as I am now, or didn't believe in myself or accept who I was like, I'd always think, well, if I post this, what's someone going to think? Oh, are they going to have an opinion of that because I don't fit the societal norm? Now I just don't care. Now I'm
Yeah,
there like, you know what? It fits with my, and if I post this or if I talk about this, someone can relate to it and someone will take something away from it and it will help someone and you just change the narrative for it. So yeah,
exactly.
those
It's
things.
literally taking that middleman out. The only thing that's stopping you from doing it is the thoughts in your head, but they come from somewhere. And it's like
Yeah,
literally navigating through them thoughts. Like, it's literally like, and you know, half the time, like 99% of the time, them thoughts literally are not valid.
yeah, they're not
Like,
at all.
if you can actually, like, I do it with quite a lot of my clients. They'll give me a thought and I'll just like, okay, we've got a fact. Let's, like, you've got this thought in your head. Who's actually told you that you're going to look like this?
Mm,
Who's actually said that you're not going to do it? Who's actually said that you look nervous? Who? And then, because
yeah.
then it's, when it's not factual, they're like, oh yeah, nobody's actually told me, I'm telling myself. So then the confidence is like, oh, I am actually possibly quite confident.
No, they are and things. And it's like the voice in your head or the other people's voices in your head, isn't it? And like having that belief in yourself. And it does take work. It doesn't just come overnight. And I
Yeah,
think I've lost it, had it back, gone on a journey. And even when you go on a journey and you're like, here, there'll be something that will happen and it'll like spiral down again. And it's like, right, what are my baselines? What do I do to pick myself up again and
yeah,
stuff? And you're always, I think I read a quote, and like I'm massive into quotes as well. It was like, once you realize that fitness is a forever journey, you won't ever put emphasis on a goal here for a wedding or a party or a 30th birthday, whatever it might be. Once you realize that, you will just do, as long as you're becoming 1% better each day in UVU, you will always smash it and things. And you've got to account, like, you're not going to be this all the time. You're going to go up and down and make that your norm, and you'll be absolutely fine.
exactly. I literally love that. So, do you know, like, when we're talking about thoughts and stuff, they always stem from like something in the past. So, like, your self doubt, my self doubt was always from the past. So, it's also learning whatever happened. Like, you've got that self doubt from there, but you then get to choose how you look at it now. So, it doesn't
Yeah.
actually matter what has actually happened. It's about how
Yeah.
you flip it.
It's so true. And I think once you address, like, you're really good at going back to what the root was. And I think once you go back to the roots and really do some of that hard work and everything, you kind of rewire your brain and stuff, don't you? And you have a new norm and everything. And the more connections that you make, the more that you're always learning and growing, you literally increase that muscle capacity and everything to become better.
Exactly. Now, yourself now, with how you've flipped your whole life, but internally, so externally, it's amazing life now. What are you doing now with this newfound confidence and like doing new things?
Trying to get out my comfort zone as well. Like, honestly, it
Again,
is because there's no point staying where you are and things. And like, I think because and I now just whatever weight I am and everything, I accept for where I am in my journey and stuff because I know it's going to change, it's going to get better and stuff like that for it. But just trying things like I would never have written a book chapter. And like, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go and do it. This has been a dream of mine. And like, there are other things that I want to do from it. But I, like you, want my own podcast and things. I want to like help people be the best versions of themselves, whether it's fitness or health or like just have the belief and confidence to go and get the job that they want and stuff or start a family that they may or go and talk to a guy, whatever it might be that's important to them to give them the self and belief. So getting myself out of my own comfort zone to go and do those things and everything and help people. But I think it's just taking it to the next level, isn't it? Like you're always progressing in life anyway. So
definitely.
just I think you only grow when you're out of your comfort zone, but being comfortable with that. And that's doesn't always happen naturally, but I'm trying and being surrounded with like-minded, good people that one have your best interests at heart, but also believe in you as well. Even though
Yeah.
the most important belief is yourself.
Yeah, exactly. You're literally going to smash it. Going back to your book, which it's already out.
It is.
Amazing. What were the thoughts like then? Because obviously, I'm going through the same. Like we've all gone through it. People are going to read it. So
Yeah.
your thoughts go into paper. Like that's a real big thing because it's people that you don't even know. Like when you're on social, you know who's following you. Like you don't see everybody, but like you have more of an idea. But when someone buys a book, it can be family members, it can be
Yeah.
ex-partners, it can be absolutely anybody. The thoughts there of stopping you is really tough, isn't it? So
Yeah.
were you getting the same type of thought?
Oh my God. Do you know, like, I think I wrote that as my own healing journey. Do you know what I mean? And we're
Yeah,
still on some of those journeys as well,
yeah,
like, come out of it. So I was like, gosh. And as it comes nearer and nearer, because you know when your release date is, it's like, oh gosh, do you know what? Like,
yeah.
people are going to read this. And I think like my family and friends, some of them have read it already and stuff, but just to get the nice response from them because they know the internal stuff. Well, not everybody does, but they're like, oh, wow, you took something so personal but made it universal, or you took something that was so relatable. This is going to help and change people and everything. So I probably don't get as nervous from like a random stranger or someone picking up a book and everything because I feel you always get the best responses from them and the amount of comments and like the
Hmm.
likability. Like we've been at events and stuff, and everyone's so warm and welcoming, and it's like,
Oh, it's
and it
lovely.
touches you in your heart because you're like, oh my God, I didn't know that they would have this impact on someone
The
because.
energy is amazing.
Oh, but do you feel the same? Because I would never ever expect that. I just wrote it to get it on paper, to be out of it. I didn't even think about like, God, who's going to be reading this? My friends, family,
Oh no,
whatever.
I did.
Scale, oh, the scale that it would be right now and stuff. Like it's a bit, it can be overwhelming and like it's
Yeah,
mind blowing to what it's scaled up to be. But I think the community is really great and like you meet some great people. The responses you could get, because I think we're true, authentic people and it's real and relatable. So even though there was that initial nervousness, and there will always be like, because you don't know, like when a friend or family or someone who knew you would know about that thing, or like, oh, I didn't realize that this happened, that you were this low and stuff, or that happened. Like, how did you deal with that? Like, you would have appeared so happy and bubbly, so we would never expect that.
yeah,
But I think it was hard at the time, and it's something that I'm still getting used to because I'm even though we're happy and bubbly, I'm still shy, and
yeah.
really will be. But the response has been really, really good, and I think we have a great
Good,
community anyway. So
good. That's boosted your confidence knowing that like you've put it
yeah,
pen to paper. Good.
yeah, completely. Like, was it the same with you? And I know yours isn't out quite yet, but I think for me, it's like, do you know what? People can relate to it. And I'm glad
Mine,
that I wrote it because people come to you, it's like, I've been through that. Oh, I didn't know this and stuff. And like what you've written has helped me with X, Y, and Z and stuff. And do you know what? I'm glad that you just don't feel
oh,
so alone. I know it's
I love
honestly,
that.
and I don't know how to deal with compliments
Yeah,
either.
I get that
I'm
from
always
social
like,
media all the
what?
time.
I'm
It's nice.
everybody else's hype girl. What about me and stuff? So yeah.
Exactly. Mine was kind of the same. Mine was when I was writing it though, because like obviously there's a lot of things that you don't put on social media.
Yeah.
Like my social media is 5% of my life. You don't put
Yeah.
next to nothing. It's like a snippet of your life, isn't it? So like this book is something that like you don't tell people,
No.
and not many people know this stuff. So then I was just like, okay. And then I was looking at why I started taking things out of the book
Yeah.
because I was scared of what people were going to think because they
Yeah.
couldn't know it. But then it wasn't that. Like I've written it and then I changed it. And I was like, why are you changing it? And it wasn't the fact that like, and then it worked out anyway. Put a long short story short, I literally worked out like I had like a bit of therapy. I was just like, why am I so scared about putting this particular bit in?
Yeah.
Why am I scared? Why am I scared about what people are going to think? And it wasn't about people were going to think. I was scared about three people to the whole world, and I was
Yeah.
more scared about what three people in the whole world were going
Yeah.
to think. It's just like, but then and then I had to really break it down. Like, here, why do I still care about what they think?
Yeah.
Like, and then since I
I know.
overcome that, like I was just like, right, great. I rewrit it all again, and I was like, gone. And whatever happens, happens. I'm confident. But then I think I wouldn't have overcome what they that type of that I wouldn't have healed from that part of my life if I hadn't written the book and realized that I hadn't even healed from it yet. And I was just like, oh, okay, that's sick. now, now I'm going all over the world to speak about
But
it.
everything that, yeah, I know. And like, honestly, like when people read your story, and do you know what? That I think people need to understand social media is a highlight. Do you know what I mean? And stuff.
Yeah,
I don't,
exactly.
yeah, literally a highlight reel of a moment in your life and stuff. And do you know what? I don't share a lot of stuff on social media either and stuff. But it's exactly what you said. It was like I remember writing it and writing everything first time and stuff. And I was like, oh my God, this is too much. Like you have to edit it and like put it out. And I was
Yeah.
like, you, Louise, I was like, why am I caring about what that one person or a few people would ever think and stuff when
Yeah,
I know it's going to be about so much more and things. And like, yeah, when I got that voice out of my head and that not caring, and it's like, we were talking about having the belief in yourself and not caring what other people think. It takes a long time to get to that point, doesn't
yeah,
it? And like,
it really does.
now I'm so glad I kept it true, authentic to everything I believe, my values, my morals, and the amount of response and comments that you get is just,
Oh,
it's
it's
breathtaking.
amazing.
I can't
That's amazing.
even, and you're humble with it as well, because I'm like,
Mm,
wow, you went through that. And I think maybe it might be the same for you, but one of my main things, like, I never wanted anybody to experience what I went through alone
yeah,
and stuff. And if it makes a difference to one person, that's all I cared
it was
about. It's a
worth
job
it.
done. Yeah,
That's why I
100%.
changed my career. That's exactly what I said when I
Yeah,
started this career. But like I was at that point where I cared so much about what they were thinking, what it might do to them. I
yeah.
nearly dropped out of the book. Like I was just like, I wasn't going to do it. And then I really had to sit there and I had to do a lot of work on myself. It's just like, you're not going to heal. My story can help, and it already is. It's help, and they don't even know the story. Like it's
No.
already helping so
Yeah.
many people. So if I pull back now rather than saving three people or the whole world, like I was just like, and then now I think that's, and this is a good point. So we've all got things that are holding us back, but it's about learning how to go through it and then being confident. Like we've all got things to heal from doing it, and then it's like the next stage, and that's what brings you. I knew I was going to get through it as much as I didn't want to at that point.
And
Oh,
I don't think
horrible.
people, and I'm really excited for people to read your story, your chapter and everything. But and we speak about it all offline as well. But like, you're such an inspiration to people. Like, I don't think, like, even for people like me,
Mm-hmm.
like we were talking about it, like the way that you show up, the way that you are, you're raw, you're real, you're vulnerable, you're true to yourself and stuff. And you just
Mm-hmm.
say it how it is and things as well. And I think that maybe both of us, we probably don't realize the impact that we probably have on all of those people.
Yeah,
Inspire people that don't even see you and stuff. So just for
exactly.
me, I'm super grateful that I met someone like you, because you're literally like
So,
become a really good friend, and other people in our community as well as, and it's just
yeah.
nice to see, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think like you only show a little bit of yourself, so why don't you just be yourself? Like I can't go on, like I can't. I'll go on social media with my pajamas on, with no makeup, I come rock up in the gym with just like I've just brushed my teeth, rolled out of bed. Like that is me. Like I'm confident with who I am, regardless of what it is. Like this
Yeah,
is who you are. Like why I don't I like if I do it to help people just as
yeah,
you do. So why do you need to hide who you really are? Because
yeah.
that's more like I just don't get it. But I
No.
think more people need to be confident in themselves to just be who they are rather than
And I think
not.
that once, I think you and Sherry and a few other people gave me the belief to be like, don't just go on the green circle. Like, you show up as your true,
I
authentic
remember that
self. I'm sure.
conversation.
And I was so like, okay, right. This is literally, we both stood up in front of people for our very first time talking about our journeys, which is a massive big deal, no matter what people say. Like, I don't care. You're the most confident person in the world. It's still like that. And we got through it and we got
We did.
amazing feedback and stuff, and like super, super proud of us all. But I'm like, do you know what? Why am I scared to show up on my normal feed exactly how I would be with these people? Like, these people don't need to know it. It's the other people that need to know, like Marco and all these people
Exactly.
talk about it. And I do now. I'm like, I don't care if I've got no makeup on. I don't care if I'm this. I'm
Love
literally
that.
wearing the same gym outfit and everything. I'm like, guys, I'm having a good day and I'm having a bad day and stuff. And I will. And it's a slow burner. Do you know what I mean? And things like,
I literally love
it's
that.
just about showing up for yourself, isn't it, as well?
Yeah, the good, the bad, and just knowing
Yeah.
you've got through every single bad day before, so you're gonna get through this one as well.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing stopping you
And
except
it's
for your
real
own head.
life. It's not who shows up and bees like that. Like, I think the one big thing that helped me as well was, we all go on social media, we've all got feeds and stuff like that for it. When people showed up as their true authentic self and said, did you know what, I've really struggled with this, or I couldn't get to the gym, I wasn't made for this, but I did this anyways, or whatever it might be, Louise, I was like, I will relate. That's me right now and stuff like that. I'm going through exactly the same thing. So then when I share my true, authentic, vulnerable content and stuff, or this is happening today and everything, more so than my, hi guys, I'm having an amazing day. This is what it's, the amount of comments and responses I get from that, and that's the thing. I'm like, when I be who I am always and everything, it literally resonates and stuff.
That's
And
the
like,
thing, because everybody's got that idea that everybody needs to be perfect, and nobody really talks about the crappy days that they have.
yeah,
So then, like when people actually do talk about it, they relate to it because you don't see it very much. Like the social media, going out the house, going out on nights out, you always
yeah,
have to look your best and everything. And I think when you are more just authentic yourself and stuff like that, you are a lot more relatable, because most people are like that, but they just don't
yeah,
show it, and they want to show it, but they don't
yeah,
have the they talk themselves out of it. So that's
completely.
why I think, and I always find when I'm doing my posts, not the emotional ones, but the more about myself, the ones I
Yeah,
talk about myself, so much more relatable,
yeah,
so many more like helping more people. So yeah, I think people do want that everybody's struggling in some way, shape, or form. Like we all have our doubt, but no matter who you are, how successful you are, we all still have something. Like I
yeah,
have, you have, we've all got
yeah.
something.
And
And I
everyone
think,
always will.
yeah, exactly. And I think making that the new norm is that's okay, and just being normal about it, but
Yeah.
like knowing you're going to get through it and you're going to learn something from it, it's going to go a long way,
And I
massively.
think it's changing the narrative again. Like it isn't like I will, if I'm in the gym on a Friday night and stuff, rather than out in a bar drinking or a restaurant and everything, I'm like, do you know what? I'm in the gym on a Friday night and things like this is my norm and stuff like that. Like you don't have to be like going out on a Friday night and doing all of these things and thinking that's what like life is and living and stuff like that for it. And I think
Yeah.
I posted a really good meme and stuff. It's like your Friday night at the bar with like a background of like all alcohol and bar, and like mine with the
Oh yeah.
dumbbell and
Yeah,
stuff
I've
for
seen
it and things as that. But societal, and I think it comes down to like what you think societal norms are aren't actually societal norms and everything, and what success and what you think a high life is, like cars, houses, money, success, all
yeah.
it actually isn't and things. And I think when you share those stories and people come comfortable with it, it changes the game.
Yeah, I feel like I've kind of aligned myself with people that are doing the same kind of thing
Yeah.
with me. So now when I go back to like not my hometown and stuff, I go around friends that like are still doing the same stuff. I really love them and everything, but I don't feel like that's normal anymore. Like,
Yeah.
and I can feel the difference. So when I'm not doing that,
Yeah.
that used to be my normal. So it's just crazy how everybody's normal is different.
Your
But
vibe
then
attracts a tribe. The thing that we used to
literally,
talk about. No, and I think when you align yourself with people or mindsets or whoever it is with the things that align with the things that you have, everything explodes anyways, doesn't it? So
yeah, definitely, definitely. But no, you are absolutely amazing. Honestly, absolutely amazing. Is there anything that you are doing today that's gonna like make your day absolutely amazing?
I am going to a wedding this evening. So that's going to be like a really nice celebration. So like a family friend's wedding. So that's just going to be, I think it's nice to have something to look forward to. And I think that's one of the
Yeah,
things on a weekly basis. I'm like, what do I have to look forward to? Even if it's the slightest little things. And that could be a walk in a country park, by the way. It
yeah,
doesn't
mine
have
is.
to be a wedding. I think time in nature is the best thing, but just know, just having time with
Oh,
my mum as well, like quality mum on time, just girly daughter time. I don't really get that as often as I would
yeah,
previously. So just the little things like that, Louise, nothing
that's
big.
cute. Thank you so much for coming on. It's been such a pleasure. If anybody's listening and they want to reach out to you, where can they find you?
On Instagram, so Joati D, so Joatid. It's public. That's probably my best platform. That's you can just go and find me on there as well. So yeah,
Okay, amazing. Thank you so, so much. And
thank
you have
you.
been, you and this has been absolutely amazing. So
Thank
thank
you.
you.